talked for years about not winning as much as you wanted to in the NFL. You guys are now 3-1 your last 4, 2-game winning streak. What's it like to kind of be part of something like this recently?
I mean, for me, it's more so, like I said it, after the game, sticking to the process, not getting complacent. I think it has been a long time, winning consecutive, I'm not talking about 2 games. I'm talking like 8, 10, like in a row. But those teams like that I've been a part of, or never didn't feel themselves, didn't get complacent, understood what the real goal was, and did a great job of holding each other accountable through those times. And that's something that we're building upon. So I think that's the message.
When Caleb was drafted, he was talking about understanding that being the number 1 overall pick and a quarterback, that the spotlight was always going to be on him. When you came in, do you think you fully understood that kind of spotlight? I mean, you've been in the spotlight for a long time, but maybe not knowing what it would be like if things didn't go great. Like, did you have a good handle on what it could be like?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I remember the first game against the Lions, the shit was going terrible. And I was, at halftime, I was like, dude, I know everybody's going to be thinking I should go back to play baseball. Like, it was, but no, I kind of felt like I had a good feeling about how things would go. It didn't really surprise me.
With the way that game went, when you go back and look at that film, I know there was probably a couple things you wanted, but did you look at it? No, this past week. Did you see a game that you were really happy with, or do you still pick at all the stuff that you weren't happy with?
Yeah, I think you gotta you feel good about the things that happened because we were pretty explosive and good things happened. And you look at the things that the things that weren't successful, or 3 batted balls, 3 throwaways, I believe. Those things are the things that obviously some of those things you can't control. I can't control. I can't really control a ball getting batted or anything like that. Sometimes I have to protect the ball and throw it away. Those happen. But there are things that I love to look at, the things that we can get better at. And those are the things that we have to be good about as far as later in the season, November, December football. And if you really understand what it means to win, those are the months where it really gets real, and those are the months that matter the most. We've won early in the year and come down to it, and we weren't successful in those months. And you look at the season, so we got to lock in these next couple of months and really continue to get better and focus on what we got to focus on.
Why is it harder to win late in the season? Is it just because teams have more tape on you and different things? What do you think the issue is?
That's a good question. I mean, I think teams kind of fizzle out, and don't, get complacent. I think teams weed themselves out this time of year. A lot of teams, a lot of games are lost more than they are won, and I think, the teams that stick together, obviously a lot of injuries and stuff like that. If you can keep the main thing, and continue to execute at a high level, obviously it's tough. But if you can do those things, going later into the year, and stay healthy, usually you have a better chance. But this league is obviously tough. Guys get hurt each and every. Oh shit. Guys get hurt all the time. But if you can stay healthy and continue to get better each and every week, I think you're in a good spot.
Connor, you talked last week about just being patient with Marvin and how that was going to come together. Do you feel like you made some big strides Sunday?
I do. I feel like that was a big game for him, just confidence-wise. Obviously, seeing Ramsey on the other side, a good defense, one of the best defenses in the league statistically. For him to be able to go out there and have that type of game, as a rookie is very big. Any of those, those games are huge for a rookie, and I think, it's sky's the limit for him. So to have a game like that, to be able to build upon that is huge.
Jonah Williams even play enough for you to get a sense of what he can bring to this offense before he went down?
Jonah? No, I just remember being super protected. The first game, I was, I don't think I had a hurry or, I didn't really feel the right side of that first game, and that was the only time I played with him for real. So, I understand he's, rehabbing to come get back, but whenever he's back, I definitely will be happy.
These last 3 wins have all featured come from behind, drives at the end of the game to come up big. Do you feel that that a lot of that is confidence that builds in the offense, that there's the belief that you can all get it done?
Yeah, I mean, I think all the guys understand who we are and who we can be. When we're playing at a high level, I don't think any guy in that huddle has a doubt when we get the ball in that moment. I know I don't. That we're going to go score and do whatever's necessary to win the game. Obviously in that moment it was kick a field goal to win the game, but if we needed to go put the ball in the end zone, I got full faith in the guys, and I think they have the same faith. So, what are we, 3 for 3 now, or 2 for 2 in those moments?
Is that 3 for 3?
Yeah. So I think I think that's huge, and you got to be able to do that to win. Late in the year.
I'm sure you'd like to put games away early, but does that in fact add something to a team's psyche when you prove it over and over again that you can come back and win those games in that situation?
Yeah, I think it goes back to the culture, the makeup of the team. No fight or no quit in us. 60 minutes. Continue to believe in each other and understand. We're going to get that stop. We're going to score. We're going to score when we need to. Obviously, yes, we would like to come out and dominate from the jump, which is something we got to be better about. But it's also good to know that there's this team that's resilient as hell. So it's good.
What's it been like to see your offensive line put so well in front of you, whether it's protecting you or controlling the line of scrimmage to go win the game late?
Yeah, I can't say enough about those guys. I said it. The O-line group and that relationship. They're really the heart and soul of pretty much every team usually. So we go as they go. They know that. Just love that group. Guys have been hurt. Obviously, it's no fun to see guys get hurt, but the next guy steps up. You got young guys playing. You got Beach playing, older guy. It's good to see. But I'm glad that obviously the past 3 games, I think we haven't given up a sack or anything like that. But we just got to keep playing well.
When you haven't given up a sack, or they haven't given up a sack like that, is that something they write on the board or keep track of as a streak?
No, you keep playing. You keep playing. We don't really look into the stats like that. I feel like it's because I didn't know that until after the game. But I just keep playing.
This offense has been really successful in the red zone and goal to go specifically, with the exception of just execution. What do you attribute that success to?
I just understand the plan. Obviously down there, windows are tight. Anticipation has to be at an all-time high. Sometimes, when people zero and stuff like that, it allows me to make somebody miss. And, usually if you zero and you don't get back, you don't get home, guys are going to be open. So that's kind of what happened this past weekend. But I just, when we get down there, we execute at a high level. Hopefully we continue to do that.
You talk a lot about that being your gift, making guys miss. What goes into the balance of doing that, but also not leaving the pocket too much, but staying in the pocket when you need to? Kind of how do you find that balance? What goes into that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a gift and a curse. Kind of like it's. There's times where you leave too early and you wish you would have sat in there, but that's there's times that you sit in there and you may take a sack when you felt like you probably should have got out. That's just part of playing the game, part of playing the position. You got to be decisive, and that's really one of the traits that I would recommend for any quarterback, is be decisive and trust your instincts. So, that's probably my answer.
When you make a play with your feet, make a guy miss or whatnot, can you feel the frustration on the other side in real time? Are your guys saying stuff? Are they body language, anything like that?
No, I'm not really focused on the opposing, whoever I made miss or anything like that. But you see it on the film, afterwards for sure.
AG talked about consistency in the process earlier today. How focused is this team on consistency and doing that right thing every day? Got to be. I think we won 2 in a row. In order for us to win 3 in a row, you gotta keep going. We can't get complacent. I don't know who we would think we are to even get complacent. You know what I mean? Like, that's my mentality. Like, it's too hard to win. We can't take a week off. We can't take a day off. To think that we just won 2, we're going to just go win 3 because, we feel good today or we feel good yesterday after the win. Like, it's not how it works. We got to continue to attack every day like it's our last and just keep going.
Marv said that Izzy really wanted that play call on the touchdown to him against Ramsey to Marv.
He really,
Can you kind of give us some insight to that collaboration?
No, I didn't know that. I did not know that.
on Monday, Yelda said, hey, when Kyler's on, he can do whatever the hell he wants. Is that your feeling? Was the second half? Do you agree with that, first off?
I mean, when you feel like that or when you're playing at a high level, I'm just trying to execute the play that Drew calls. But yeah, I mean, there's a sense of feel like as far as like we got the ball back. I knew I felt as if there was nothing that they could possibly do to not allow us to go score. You know what I mean? Like I said, we had the penalty. It's 1st and 20. Complete a 5-yard hitch to Mike, and then 2nd and 15 convert. Like, the mindset that goes into that. Obviously, we could have kind of shit the bed in that moment and allowed the penalty to, stun us or whatever. But I felt, we were in a rhythm. I got in a rhythm, and everybody was making plays, when the ball came their way. So.
The efficiency of the receivers, ramped up, right? It's 13 catches and 16 targets. What do you attribute that to? Where was it?
Was it second half or was it?
Well, I think on the game, right? The receivers themselves, just the wide receivers.
Yeah. Oh, I think it was just giving them chances. I told y'all last week, I felt like, I love the group that we have, and I love the playmaking ability. I feel like they haven't really been able to showcase, as much as I would like for them to showcase it with the ball in their hands. I'm just super confident in those guys, and I know the work that they put in. I know they're capable of. So we got to, get the ball in their hands, and I think we did that Sunday.
Looking at the stretch without a sack, are you noticing anything different as opposed to maybe earlier on in the season?
I don't know how many sacks have we given up. Do you know that?
11 total so far.
8 games. Good old line play, getting the ball out. Yeah.
What do you remember about the Bears defense from December, and is it still similar?
That's a bad game. Yeah, it was a bad game. We didn't come out. We didn't come out the way we needed to that game. But no, they're a good defense. Good defense, very sound, but play fast, play physical. We understand what we have ahead of us. It's going to take a full week of practice, a great week of practice. Go out there and execute on Sunday. They got great players. They do what they do.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle.